Are you tired of getting beaten like this? Don't worry guys, because I am going to show you exactly what to do, so you don't get beaten like this and look like a dummy. First up, we need to know there are two types of jockey. The first one is called the speed jockey, which is done by holding R2 plus L2. The most common way of jockeying on FC24 is this, where you hold both triggers. It is called the speed jockey. So why is it called the speed jockey? Because of course it is more quicker than the normal jockey, which is just the L2 button. Now I have seen some videos where people are telling you to use the speed jockey, guys. That is suicide in FC24. And that is why you have to master the gas and brake technique. This is the second technique that we are going to talk about today. What is the gas and brake technique? You will think of the L2 button as the brake and R2 as the gas. Okay, whenever you are closer to the opponent, you will use the brake, and whenever you are further away from him, you will use the accelerator, the gas, to come closer to him and get the ball back from him. And guys, if your player has the jockey playstyle, his gas and brake technique is going to be on the next level. So try to have defenders with this playstyle. Also, the higher the defensive awareness, the better the jockeying will be. Because dribbling is so overpowered this year, guys, you cannot use speed jockey, especially inside the box. Because if you make one wrong move, you are completely gone. See, in this situation, we think that the opponent is going to pass the ball upwards, but instead he takes a touch downwards. And I was doing the speed jockey, right? Because I was doing the speed jockey, I didn't have much control over my player. So what happened? He flew past by me, and this is exactly what most people do in online matches when I am playing, right? They do speed jockey inside the box. Like I said, you cannot use this. That is why you have to master the gas and brake technique, right? Guys, make sure to like this video if the tutorial has been helpful so far. See guys, when he goes further away from us, we will use the gas, use the brake, use the gas, and in combination with the tackle button. The biggest difference between jockeying this year and the last year was the use of the tackle button. Last year or the previous years, players used to perform auto tackles, but that is not the case anymore. Like I said, this is the speed jockey, right? Once again, I have to emphasize why you cannot use the speed jockey. This is speed jockey. Whenever opponent does a single dribble that we do not anticipate, he is going to get the ball away from us, and we are not going to be able to recover from that, right? Especially this year, because dribbling is so overpowered. We simply do not have enough control over our player when we are doing speed jockey, right? You can anticipate. If you are 100% sure what the opponent is going to do, then yes, use speed jockey to mirror the opponent, because it is all about mirroring the opponent in 1v1 situations. However, you cannot do it consistently against good players this year. When we just use the jockey button when the opponent is close to us, what happens? There is a lesser chance for us to get beaten, and even if we do get beaten, there is still time for us to recover. See, we can hold the line, and just easily tackle the ball. We have more control, right? Some people tell me that this jockeying is very slow, right? Yes, it is slow, but you have to mirror the opponent. You have to go with him, and it is very easy to mirror the opponent when you are matching his pace, right? And when you see that he is getting away, you let go of the L2, you hold the R2 to come close to him, and when you come close, you hold the L2 button again. Like I said, this year you have to manually perform tackles. Previously, players used to do auto tackles in jockey, right? This is the biggest difference. Whenever we used to come close, the game used to perform an auto tackle. But this year, the reach of auto tackling is very low compared to previous years, and that is the major difference, right? So you have to tackle the ball yourself. And how you should do that, I will tell you in a moment, right? But first, you must understand that why speed jockey isn't the solution inside the box, right? It is hard to mirror the opponent when you are speed jockeying. If you take one wrong step, you are gone. It is harder to recover when you are speed jockeying. Once you learn the gas and brake technique, your 1v1 defending will improve. I told you guys in my tutorial that try that the opponent doesn't come 1v1, right? However, it is not entirely possible that in a game he will not come 1v1. So when he does come 1v1, what should you exactly do? First up, you should not over anticipate like I did in this situation that he is going to pass the ball. You should always be in a position where you can recover if the opponent does something else, right? It is a game of anticipation. So if you anticipate that the opponent is going to make the pass upwards, Then you should position your defender diagonally in a way that even if he does not pass the ball, you can still recover, right? Always jockey diagonally, right? Because that is the key. You cannot jockey head on. If you will jockey head on, if you will jockey straight, it is very easy for the opponent to beat you. You have to cover two things at one time, and you can only do that when you are jockeying diagonally. See, this is the key. Another mistake that I see is this: people panic switch. You cannot do panic switches like this. When you are 1v1, you have to take one player and you have to defend with him. If you are in such a situation where you see one guy is running and he is about to be one on one with you, you take one defender and you go with him. You don't switch off of that defender in order to apply pressure, right? You have to be passive aggressive with that one defender. You cannot keep switching off, right? Because if you keep switching off, this is what happens. See, you always have to anticipate. Griezmann is a 3-star weak-footed player. So more often than not, players will try to go on his left foot. That is how you improve the skill of anticipation. You should know the opponent's weak foot, you should know his play styles, you should know his skill moves, and then you improve your ability of anticipation, right? And that goes hand in hand with 1v1 defending. See, we are defending perfectly fine, but because we switch off, we are human, the opponent beats us, right? But this is the correct way of jockeying. When the opponent comes close, what do? We do not get beaten. We expand our body, we use the L2 button, we use the circle to tackle, and there we go. So when should you actually tackle, guys? You should tackle when the opponent is not having a ball contact, when the ball is further away from his feet, when he is sprinting, when he exits out of a skill move. It is all about timing. See, you have to expand your body, see when the opponent is not having a ball contact, and go for that tackle. Only this way is the best way of defending 1v1 this year. See, here with Llorente, he's going down the wing. With Van Dijk, what do? We jockey diagonally. If he goes down, we can cover him. If he decides to pass up, we can cover him, right? Eventually, he does come inside with Lucio. He has Mia Hamm, so she can turn upwards and she can turn downwards as well, because she has a 5-star weak foot and she has 5-star skill moves as well. So with Lucio, we don't use speed jockey. We just hold L2 button and we expand, right? We need to cover more ground, and we do that with the normal jockey. And see what happens. We do not give enough space to Mia Hamm so that she can turn, and we get the ball back. We make a tackle manually. This is what you want to do if you want to improve your defending, right? In this situation, you see jockey, normal jockey with the tackle. Learning the gas and brake technique will take your defense to the next level. And if you watch this tutorial over here, you are going to keep clean sheets.